Here the Watchmen presents The Future of America with Mike Kerr. Isaiah 21:6 says, "For thus the Lord said unto me, Go, set a watchman, let him declare what he sees." Today, Mike Kerr and his fellow watchmen discuss current events through a biblical lens and how these events affect us, the future of America, and the world we live in.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Kerr, and this is the Evening News, where you get the truth behind the headlines, or should I say, behind enemy lines. Listen, tonight here on November 17th, we actually start off with some good news. This is good news if you sit on our side of the fence. A victory in Virginia, a major victory in Virginia for a gym teacher, 38 years old, as the woke Loudoun County School Board reverses his suspension for speaking out against the transgender policy and agrees to pay for all his legal fees. Hallelujah! Can you believe it? Look, this is what happens in America when you get between parents and their children. Even the youngsters out there, the ones that we so often somewhat bash here on this show as being woke, are standing up. They're saying they've had enough. What a victory that is. God bless this young gym teacher and his family for taking a stand for what's right in America. Other good news, hey, the Biden administration is on the ropes right now. Infighting abounds. News stories today about how VP Harris is out, how they're pushing her aside. Now, listen, I don't believe that Joe Biden has a brain. I just think he's like, I don't know, a Wizard of Oz character. And all he is a puppet for that agenda out there. We found out today that OSHA will not enforce the mandates. They're listening to the circuit court and saying, no, you cannot do this. And what's left for Joe? A ping pong ball in a lottery to decide whether the court will hear his mandate BS or not. That's a victory, folks. Right there is a major victory. And you look a little deeper into things with the Biden administration, and you see that. And remember, I said yesterday, and I'll continue to say, follow the money. When you want to know what's going on in America, follow the money. The Biden administration wants to manufacture 1 billion COVID-19 vaccinations doses a year in a huge investment for money set aside for the 1.9 trillion, that's with a T, trillion American Rescue Plan. Do you get it? Like I said, follow the money. Those companies are making $1,000 a minute in profit. We reported that last night. Do the math on that. It's absolutely crazy. Their own party, an Obama person, get your arms around that. Someone from the Obama administration warned the Democrats about inflation. Why didn't they listen, is his question. The Obama economic advisor, Stephen Ratner, says the 1.9 trillion, again with a T, American Rescue Plan was the original sin because it focused on stimulus payments. You got that? And then what happens? Biden goes out today and blames the oil companies for the rise in gas prices across America. Where's it stop, guys? I'm telling you, you can't make this stuff up. Let's move on to another bit of, I say, good news today. Old Dominion, the university in Florida, who had the transgender professor who said pedophiles can't help their urges and should be given child sex dolls. Students and LGBTQAXYZ board slams baffling double standard. And they put him on leave today, or her. He can't decide. I can't decide. But there you have it. At least that's a step. It's a step because people stood up and said, hey, this guy's nuts. He wants to change the term pedophile into adults with minor attraction, something like that, because he says it's hurtful to call a pedophile a pedophile. Do you see? Do you see how much things are unraveling? And then today, let's look at the court system here in the United States, the Rittenhouse trial. The jury's laboring. It's still out. They're still trying to figure out what they're going to do. They're afraid, I believe, as many reports had it today, that their verdict, one way or the other, will cause riots in America. Well, it might. We don't know yet. We can pray it doesn't, but who knows? And what happens? The jury is asking to see a drone video that shows a different perspective that the prosecutors didn't want out. They kind of buried it. The defense, they've stood up and said, oh, no, mistrial. This whole trial reeks of a mistrial, whether it'll be with prejudice, which means he can't be tried again, or without prejudice, who knows? But the judge has determined to allow them to see this video. So more on that later. It should be interesting. And boys and girls, or parents with boys and girls who know their boys or girls out there, pay attention to this. The QAnon shaman, this guy, Jacob Chansley, got sentenced to 41 months in prison today for his role in the Capitol riots. He claims victory because he's going to get an organic diet while in prison. Do you realize, boys and girls, that if you go out and act the fool, you're going to get treated like the fool and punished like the fool? You don't go into the Capitol building wearing horns and a beaver hat and with your chest out and with craziness and holding a staff and think that you're going to get away with it. He wasn't there to do what the others were there to do. He was there to put on a show and bring attention to himself, and he's getting what he deserved, in my humble opinion. And everything in this show is my opinion and does not reflect the Daily News UK or any other of the sources where I pull the headlines. So I just want you guys to know that it is all my opinion. But you know what's going on? Back to the Rittenhouse trial. With everything going on there, do you know that the police reported in Kenosha that they have found pallets of bricks strewn across the city? What's that remind you of? Can you say George Floyd? Now, you know, this is where it's gone. Our courts in America have become or have been made a mockery of. It's no longer place your hand on the Bible and swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. It is now turned into you get off on some sort of a technicality. You have prosecutors that don't know what they're doing, don't respect the law. All they want to do is put a feather in their cap for the woke generation, because sometimes the defendants, they tend to, well, they tend to pull a Dr. Seuss and offend the little sensitive flowers out there. Enough. We need to get back. We need to take our country back. We need to get right. And you know I'm going to say it. We need to get right with Jesus. We need to come back on what this country was founded on. And we need to have the moral backbone to turn things around. Help us to do that, folks. Go in the comment section on this show. Leave us your opinion. Let us know what you think. Let me know what stories you want me to dig into here on the evening news. It's your show. It's not my show. Listen, God bless each and every one of you for tuning in tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night with another edition where we fight behind the lines of the headlines to dig out the truth of the future of America. We'll see you then. You know, we're up here in the mountains of Idaho. We're just out enjoying God's gifts to all of us today. And I want to encourage you to get out to Grapevine, Texas and join us. We're doing a Hear the Watchmen conference there, March 17th through the 21st at the Hilton Hotel. It's a wonderful opportunity for you to get enriched in what it is that God has to offer you. You'll hear speakers like Pastor Paul Bagley, Derek Gilbert, and others talk about what it means to know moving forward, biblically and practically, what you need to do. Jamie Walden will be there, and he will be off the hook teaching you what to do to prepare for the times ahead. So go over to hearthewatchmenmen.com. Get busy, get your reservation now. Group hotel rates will be out next week. You don't want to miss this one. Hear the Watchmen, www.hearthewatchmenmen.com. We'll see you in Grapevine, Texas. God bless each and every one of you.
To support the work of Hear the Watchmen, find a way to get involved, or learn more about upcoming events, visit our website at www.hearthewatchmenmen.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Hear the Watchman Journey, and be sure to share our content on your social media. God bless you, and thanks for your prayers and support. And until next time, go be a watchman on the wall and declare all that God has shown you.